Growing up was difficult. I grew up without a dad. I grew up without a male role model. And I just really felt kind of sidelined, kind of pushed to the side. Because of that, I was always looking for a sense of purpose. I looked towards hip hop. I grew up in a neighborhood that wasn't a very good, influential neighborhood. My family had a lot of drug and alcohol problems. I was always searching for a purpose. I became a CNA, and although it was nice helping people and I loved it, it wasn't giving me that purpose that I needed, and so I looked towards the military. Went through the training. I knew what to expect. I had guys who taught me that had been there in Iraq and stuff like that, but you just can't really put it into words until you actually go through it. One time, we were on patrol, and one of my buddies, Anthony, he was a corpsman like me, we hit an ID, and the ID kind of accordioned the Humvee, and as the corpsman, the Marines are, like, Doc, do something, but he was stuck, and he had cerebrospinal fluid dripping down his nose, and there's nothing you could do. Time slows down, and it makes you really think, like, am I supposed to be here? Like, this guy had a kid on the way. I didn't have a family, Like, why did he have to die, God? And why am I still alive? I just kind of really started hating everybody. Hating myself. Hating the military. Still had a hatred for people, we're just over there killing people. And that evil doesn't leave you. So I had a lot of hatred. The psychologist diagnosed me with major depression, and I'd been really against taking medicine, but at that time period, it was like nothing was working. They put me on some medicine, some anti-anxiety medication. Then after a while, it wore off, or it got back down to regular. And then it was like even more of a depressing thought. Like, okay, you guys said if I come here and I talk to the psychologist, then I'm gonna be better, and I'm not. And then you said, okay, we'll try the medicine. And then so I take the medicine, and I'm not better. It's like nothing was working. Nothing was working. I remember I just cried, and it's like, I know you've always been there, God, but I need something, cause it was getting hard, it's like I was at rock bottom. I remember, like it's yesterday, I woke up and I reached for my medicine and I heard a voice. I heard God say, you're healed, you don't need your medicine anymore. You're healed. My fiance and I, we were really into music, and so we were looking around for concerts, and we found out about Reset Movement. And so we went to the concert. Nick was there and they were giving their speech.
I'm praying for a supernatural reset button to be hit in your life tonight, that all the old would be washed away, that whatever is hindering, that we would be able to, as the passage says, throw off everything that hinders, the sin that easily entangles, that we'd be recharged as we fix our eyes on Jesus.
And I just felt like this overwhelming power, just this presence. After that, it was literally night and day. Reset Movement, it wasn't just music. There was a message behind it. And at this point in my life, I was involved in the church and stuff, and I was looking for something to get involved in that was big, and okay, this is it. Like, and God was showing me, get involved in this, and my fiance and I got involved in it. It's put motivation in my life, encouragement. So I started taking some classes at the church, started taking some classes at the seminary. I just had this feeling that I wanted more of God, like non-stop. America, we need to make a change. I made that reset and that change, which brought me out of everything. It put purpose to my pain. I want to share what God has done in my life. I see it all the time with my friends in the military or people at church. There's a lot of pain, and the only way to actually really heal it is through God and figuring out your identity and making that change, that reset for God.